Nvidia shares right now up pre-market ahead of its results after the close today. The stock is expected to move 8.5% in either direction following the results, according to Options AI data. Now here with the street and their expectations from the earnings report, we've got tech editor Dan Halley here. Dan, what do we know?
Yeah, Brad, this is going to be obviously a massive report for Nvidia. This is something that I think the entire tech industry is trying to just prepare for, whether or not they beat, whether or not they beat and raise. Guidance has been very important for Nvidia stock over the last couple of quarters. And I think, let's just look at what the numbers expectations are real quick. We're looking at adjusted EPS of 84 cents. That would be a 63% increase year over year on EPS, and then revenue of 38.2 billion. That would be up 73% year over year. I want to point out real quickly, when you've looked at how the stock has performed just immediately afterwards, it's tend to drifted downwards just on I think how people are responding to the year-over-year growth numbers, because we're coming off massive year-over-year growth. So the comp is not necessarily in Nvidia's favor. And so if we look at the last year, Q4 last year, their EPS was up 486%, and their revenue is up 256%. So it makes that 63 and 73% look pretty paltry in comparison, though I'm sure any other company would kill for that. But what we're really going to be looking at is any kind of commentary we can get around guidance. As I said, that's been a big kind of indicator for Nvidia, as well as push in the direction of the stock. That could also start to move the likes of Microsoft, Google, as well as other chip makers, AMD. The other that we want to talk about is cloud segment. In the CFO commentary from Colette Kress, she mentions how much of their revenue, their data center revenue, is coming from cloud companies. So those are the Microsofts, the Amazons, the Googles, the Metas, what have you. Last quarter, that was 50%. There's been murmurs of Microsoft maybe moving some of its spending around, although they've all said that they're going to push spending well into the tens of billions, and in Amazon's case, $100 billion this year for AI. So we shouldn't see too much difference there, although you have to wonder, these companies are trying to develop their own chips. They're leaning on other companies. They want to ensure that they're not beholden to Nvidia. So as that kind of matures over time, what does that then mean for Nvidia's cloud growth as far as the revenue from those providers? And then on tariffs and export controls, this has been something that's been just at the back of everyone's minds, I think. The tariffs, obviously, Trump's discussed 25% tariff on chips. And then the export controls, there's been talk about pushing harder export controls on those H20 chips that DeepSeek used to prepare its own AI models. And that kind of sent the entire AI trade into an uproar when that was announced. So those are really the main things that I think we're looking at overall. And I think, when it comes to this company in and of itself, it obviously is the bellwether for the AI trade. And it's going to potentially move around the other big tech giants as well, just because they're so embedded in AI at this point.
Yeah, we certainly have seen that in the options pricing, at least just in terms of the direct moves that we could see right after. Halley, great stuff. You got a busy day ahead of you.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to let you go prepare even more at Halley. Thanks.